Peace. How's everybody doing, man? Giving honor to our Maker. We hope, we pray that everybody is well and will be better. This is your brother and your friend, Yeshaya Israel. Shalom to my friend and spiritual older brother. It's all good. Hoping and praying everybody is well and will be better. We call this one here, family. You are a leader because you pay bills. Now, the spirit that's making me go into this is because there are some who may feel or think that paying a bill makes him a leader. And this is not to be sexist. This is mostly about males. There aren't, by comparison, too many females outside of women who feel they got to prove something to their man that talk about, I pay this bill and I pay that bill. Or a bitter mother who talks about, well, I do all this for you. You got to give me something back kind of spirit. Now, whether you have children or not, bills in this society exist. Taxes exist. We point out, brothers and sisters, that paying bills such as mortgage, rent, land tax, that generally, family, comes from the matter of tribute, being subjugated. In ancient days, when the kingdom took over another, if you didn't pay the tribute to the other kingdom that won, they besieged you. Well, if you don't pay the mortgage, they take the house, they besiege you. If you don't pay the rent with the apartment, they besiege you. If you don't, family, pay the land tax after the housing has been paid on, they still take the house. So we are living in a tributary kind of society. So with that being said, I'm asking, does paying a bill make you a leader? Now, the spirit too, COO, that's making me get into the subject is because you have it to where there are, not to be sexist, females or mothers that will sit there and can never say that their new man or the man that's helping in the house paying bills can never express love or respect toward the family or the child. And that's serious right there. To be quite candid, children do not care who pay the bills because in many cases, children are not even exposed to that kind of matter. What is a W-2? What is a 1099? What is about filing taxes? Why are these things becoming so pertinent between the month of, say, February and April in many households? Most children do not care about those kind of things. You understand, in many cases, some children are not even taught those kind of things. So now when you have it to where, I remember recently seeing a video where a mother is asked by her son, why do you let stepdad discipline us? And he is the one paying the bills in here. And her response is, well, he is the provider. And if you don't like it, you can go to your father's house. That tells me two things. One, the mother, no disrespect intended, cannot hold it down on her own. So she needs that stepfather, her new man, in order to sit there and do X, Y, and Z. Now, that's the point, too, to make, because whether or not that man is with that woman, he still got his own bills, be it apartment or be it a house, be it a condo, be it a mansion. You understand what I mean? So the concept and the ideology that come from matter of saying, well, you're special and you're the man and you're the leader because you pay bills. If you live by yourself and you still got bills, who are you the leader of? That is the question to ask. And in that discussion, one of the things that I remember saying is it's interesting that the child talking to the mother could never say, I feel the love and the respect that the family has been shown. Nor could she say, don't you know that there's love and respect shown? Her solution in finessing her husband, finessing the said stepfather is, well, whoever don't like the fact that I can't say that my man loves everybody in the household, you could just go to your father. What she's doing is pimping her son's mindset and peace in order for that. That right there is kind of crazy. Somebody responding from Korea. Well, I'm in the United States. Thank you for joining on. And so getting back into this family, in this particular case, I have to ask, who loves paying bills? Can anybody? And I don't mean to be funny. There's people in the comment section, right, that's saying that they're from Korea. Hello, Korea. I guess that's the Korean writing. Assalamu alaikum. I guess that's Arabic. And then there's me with shalom and my spiritual older brother with shalom. So we got Hebrew, Arabic, and Korean in this presentation here in the comment section. So I'm gonna have to ask, from Arabia to Korea and going back to the land of Israel Hebrews, and I am currently in the United States. Let me ask this question here. Who loves paying bills? I'll go back in the comment section to see if somebody has an answer for that. Because if you can't say that you love paying bills, then how is it that you find people saying this person is a provider? I know I can't sit there and state love about it, so you're just going to have to sit there and accept it. That right there is pretty crazy in that particular matter. So again, this is not intended to be long, but just a question out there to sit there and ask. And for those who just joined on, thank you for doing so. Let me speak upon the matter through a different aspect. When a man and a woman get together and she happens to have children, that's not his children. If she's intelligent and wise, she's going to sit there and want to know, how does he feel about dealing with children? If she is just pimping herself out there and could care less about her children's feelings and spirit, it becomes a thing, well, if you don't like him, then you can just leave. So she's willing to sacrifice the connection with the biological flesh and blood because she's too broke, or she is not able to sit there and handle her own bills that she would have had on her own. So she's using this poor finesse stepfather who can't even say that he loves his stepchildren. That is something to point out for reference matter in that particular case. All right. Somebody asked this: who did the government buy earth from for us to buy land and houses from? Want to see a receipt from God that the government bought earth. No, what they did, I don't know if you're into the Bible, what they did was colonize the earth. All right, I want to show the question here that I was just asked. They did not buy the earth. If you're into the Bible, it's two things I'm going to quote. One in Job, when it said the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. And that's one thing I want to state in regards with that. So it is wicked to sit there and know that you didn't create the heavens and the earth and then charge people for living on the earth that you did not create. But that time is going to be running out and is running out. The other thing is the Bible, which focuses heavily on the children of Israel or the Israelites, it says that you are strangers on the land that you are going to be given. So it truly is not your land, say in that particular case, because the land belongs to the maker of it. And the fact that we all will pass away and then be put into the earth shows how much we actually of the earth control. Just want to point that out. Hopefully that answered your question. But this is just something I would like to sit there and say in closing in this, and that is this. Anytime a family, be it through a step parent, co-parent, separated parents, but still have custody of children, if it's a thing where ahaba, I don't know how to say love in Korean or Arabic, but I know it in Hebrew is the word ahaba. If you cannot sit there and speak upon that, then your whole union is fake. Let me give a different example of it. People who do things very strong-hearted and happy to do so, and even if they fail, they want to do it again or try to again, is because they have the what? The love for it. We just hope what you're loving to do is righteous. People who do wickedness love to do it. It doesn't make it the wisest thing. They may love to do what's unwise, but we definitely hope that people would want to do what is right. And when you're doing that, hopefully that you're loving it, because that is how you're going to have great success in it. If you're successful in something you don't love, your attitude and your spirit about it is like, when you find people talking about spirituality and love and trust and respect. Some people actually be on the spirit of saying, well, the hell with love and everything like that. That's how bitter some men have become. So where I just got to sit there and just pay these bills. It is what it is. School of hard knocks, my nigga. That is sad. And the fact that you would have online or offline a woman condoning that shows, and her solution is, well, if you don't like my man, then you could go to your father. So let me understand this, lady. You can't pay your own bills. So you got to sit there and have a man to do it for you. And you can't say the man that is doing it for you has love doing it, goes to work happy, gets his paper or his currency happy, because paper currency is not on an all-time high as it was. PayPal proved that. But you can't even say that he loves the children. I love you, my son. And that's just ridiculous. Nor can anybody, let me see from the comments, from Arabia to Korea, nope, nobody was able to say they love paying bills. Not to get too personal, I just paid a bill yesterday. I'm trying to find a way, calling the company, what I can do to get the bill knocked down. You don't ask a creditor, not to get too personal, how to get a bill knocked down if you love doing it. If you love it, you will sit there and want it to prosper and become more successful and grow. Who wants their bills to grow? So my point is, looking at it like that, anybody and any man who is in a family, married into a family, and your lady having children perhaps already, cannot even say that you, as the man busting your behind for said household, love the children. She can't say she loves him. There's no love there. It's convenience. Stop getting played, brothers. Sisters, stop playing yourself. Because what happens is when you find people these days talking about men got mommy issues, daughter got daddy issues, those are some of the things in which you expose your children to that cause those issues that come up later on when they get into said relationship. So the toxicity and the poison and so forth and so on is not good in that particular case. So no, paying bills don't make you a leader. It makes you responsible. You are very accountable. But being that you don't even love some of the jobs you got to pay the bills that you don't love to do, and your lady that you're helping support, who's not able or refuse to support herself, can't say y'all got love between each other, you being used by the job and that lady. Don't go out like no simp. That's not healthy. The children know what love is by default. And if they ain't even respecting you, end quote, this is my house. And the children that you help provide for, perhaps, are being told by your lady that they can go to their father. She's telling her children they got options. She's going to stay where the money is at, where the comfort is at, where there is also at the same token no love. Don't act like you don't have women out there that stay in relationships for convenience and willing to sacrifice their child's safety, even with daughters, knowing that the man might be a pervert. I don't want to get too far out there, but that exists sadly as well. So, and that damn sure ain't love in that. So just want to sit there and point that out and let me know if you can, not to be argumentative. If you can let me know who loves paying bills, even with people who love their job, don't look forward to paying bills. And if you're a man, not to be redundant with the woman, and you and her don't have love because you can't even talk about, baby, I missed you, I loved you, I love you too. No, I love you more. If you can't even have that kind of talk like that, but everything is check and bill, that's serious right there. I put the thumbnail up with a female showing paying bills. I'm not saying that I don't know who the person is. I got the image online. But you have women who are single who are paying bills. You got mothers that are single that are paying bills. And I haven't met a woman yet. And I'm related to many women that sit there and can say they love paying bills. So neither gender seems to love to pay bills, even if they got a home-based business. So where's the love at? And then when the children that come up out of that wind up having issues because either one, that man is stressed out. He might see himself getting played and used and finessed, as the new saying goes, getting finessed as time goes on. He's going to resent those children that he helped even more and resent that lady as well. And remember, she ain't thinking about building her own career, her own resume up. Her solution is to get rid of the child, push come to shove, if the child just won't understand and shut up because mommy ain't have it together. Proverbs, if you read the Bible, it says, she eats not the bread of idleness. So the whole women movement of I'm not going 50-50, that's not what grandma and even many mothers were about. And neither are wise sisters, biological or not, are about. 50-50 doesn't mean that she pays $100 and he pays $100. It means, perhaps, just throwing it out there, he might buy all the food and she's the one to prepare it. She might buy all the cleaning supplies and he's the one who do cleaning. But when you have households that come from single parents where there's more stress, when you come from households when neither partner, whether they're step parents or biological parents, in many cases have more strife and calamity and problems, as opposed to love and unison and unity, you're going to not even know what to do with the money that you make because it's so stressful out. When he stresses her and she stresses him, there is, say, no solution. There's no common ground. There's no coming together. When he goes to the job to get away from her nagging self, when she sits there and act like somebody else likes her to get him jealous. Who gave you the flowers? I don't know who gave the flowers. There are women out there who bought their own gifts and mysteriously had to look at her man like, I don't know where I got it from. But that was to, quote unquote, keep him on his toes, so to speak. Those are things that you do when there is no love. When you have to sit in the car outside the house or the apartment, or you're going out instead of running home to your spouse. You can't wait to get home to see, depending upon your gender, him or her. And you got excuses for not seeing him or her. There's a reason for that. Love is not there. Like they said in the movie, I think it was Boomerang may have been a movie. Love would have brought you behind home last night. You understand? So, and meanwhile, you're making money legally, not doing crimes, just to sit there and pay bills. So if you think being the disciplinarian of children that may not be yours because you pay bills, you still can't say there's no love in it. That's a sad situation. This is my house. Again, we pointed out, rent with the apartment, taxes with the house, and then taxes with the land that the house is on. It's a business. It's marketing. There's no love in that either. Even if you're a real estate agent, you got to have love in order to sit there and want to do your job. If you don't love your job, for instance, you're not going to say the best job at it. It's just a pressure like, I got to pay these bills, which I don't love to do. So I go to the job that I don't sit there and love. Just to sit there and have a spouse that don't even support you, like you, encourage you. Because at the end of the day, in many cases, it's a lack of love. So just want to point that out there. All right, peace. Hopefully everybody is well. I'm going to close out. And have a good day, family. Take care.